The Dreame D10 Plus is Dreamtech's newest robot vacuum, and it's intended to be a budget offering below the Z10 Pro. Essentially, it has the same functionality as the Z10 Pro, except for object detection and avoidance. Although the Z10 Pro uses a purely laser-based system, which is not the best, so you're not really losing much. So we'll start with the floor cleaning tests. You can see that it's picking up everything it passes over, and unlike the Z10 Pro, it does not kick out the oatmeal behind it. There's a mixture of oatmeal, oregano, cat and dog hair, and flour, and its side brush does toss a little bit of stuff around, but a lot less than most robots. And that's about the only stuff that it doesn't pick up on the first pass, and on the second pass it picks up almost everything. The side brush does kick a couple of little pieces out of its path, but that's to be expected. Other than that, it's a really good job. A nearly perfect job. It missed a couple of things here, some flour in the gap, and within its cleaning zone, that's about it. That's pretty amazing. So it's better than the Z10 Pro as far as hard floor cleaning. Actually, it's better than just about everything I've ever tested, or as good as the best of them. It's also a very good carpet cleaner for both low pile and medium pile carpet, as you're about to see. It's a mixture of dog hair, cat hair, red pepper flakes on the medium pile beige carpeting, and oatmeal on the maroon low pile. So that both can be visible, and as you can see, it's picking up most things on the first pass. Now, like the other Dreame robots, and like a lot of other vacuum robots, it does not do a second perimeter pass if you set it to clean 2 or more times. So when you're evaluating the hard floor tests, that's something to keep in mind. Here in the carpets is not as big a deal. Now, I stopped using the chia seeds for deep cleaning tests. It was just too subjective, and I'll figure something out. But in the meantime, from what I can tell, looking deep into the carpet fibers, the deep cleaning results of this are good. The suction is pretty good. It's not as powerful as the like the Roborock S7 Max V or the Ecovacs X1 Omni, but it's pretty powerful. Now, just like every other robot I've ever tested, it did leave a couple of pepper flakes on the medium pile. Nothing major. It picked up all the hair. So, and the low pile especially, fantastic results. It left one tiny tuft of hair back up there in the top left, and that's it. Everything else it picked up. Really good results. So this budget vacuum cleans better than even really expensive robot vacuums for both hard floors and carpet. So if this is a budget vac, get with the program, people who make more expensive ones. So let's test the mop. It's one of these, wet wipe floor draggers. I'm not a fan of them. The water tank is inside the mopping pad, which is actually more convenient. It solves the problem of having to, deal with multiple attachments just to wipe a floor. I'm trying to do this with one hand, so it's really easy with 2 hands. With one hand it's a little awkward, but you just snap it in and that's it. And it's ready to mop or wipe. So I put some flour down because I usually, if I'm filming these tests later in the day, I have a muddy floor from people, and dogs walking in and out. But this was, I did this early in the morning, so my other robots had just mopped, so I put the flour down and didn't actually expect very much, but it did get all of it, except for some of it in the cracks. So not bad. I mean, is it worth the hassle of putting it on and sending it to clean instead of just grabbing a Swiffer? I don't think so. But, it's not awful. Just like all of these. I wouldn't buy this robot for mopping at all. If you want a real mopping robot, get one that can actually do both. For real. And I want to emphasize, I'm not knocking this robot specifically. Its floor wiping attachment works as well as any other one. It's just, I don't like these air quote mops. So, that's that. Alright, so let's look at the dustbin auto empty system. Now, I did not empty the dustbin before doing all these hard floor and carpet tests, so it emptied it completely, as you can see. Everything that it picked up in the test you just watched was in there, and now it's gone. This is the superb air comes in one way, air goes out the other way system that is used on the Z10 Pro, which is nearly perfect. It's my favorite auto empty system. It's supremely reliable and works fantastically. So for the navigation test, I just took it and plopped it in the middle of the living room and it found its position. And now we're going to speed it up a bit and see what it does. So here in this chair, it's a little bit slower than some of the higher end robots, but you can almost see it thinking. Like it can't fit through there because it's a little bit wider. It can only go right now if it wants to leave this chair. So will it figure it out? Yes. That means its laser system is precise enough to be able to detect these gaps and find them even between chair legs. So here what I'm trying to see is, will it find an alternate route? Not all robots do. This one does it pretty much right away. Once it sees it can't get through that wall, it just goes the other way that it knows it can go and avoids the obstacles in its path seamlessly and easily, and it's free. Back to the dock it goes. As far as hair tangles, as good as the Z10 Pro and the W10, which means it's better than average. Normally fur doesn't clump on the brush, but here we had some human hair wrapped around it, which it does not prevent. And from the test that I did with the hard floor and the carpet with the dog and cat hair, that's what ended up there. So it's not bad. Like I said, above average. The app is good, has every feature you need, no gimmicks. It's the same app that's used for the W10 and the Z10 Pro. I've been using this app for months, almost a year now. No issues at all, no bugs, no reliability issues. The robots do their jobs every day without fail. Has all the usual settings, zones, room cleaning. You can't save and name the zones, which is fairly typical, unfortunately. The usual, no-go zones, no mop zones, all that kind of stuff. So again, every feature that you need, nothing fancy, no like 3D maps or anything like that. You can have multiple floors, and there's a manual way to create additional maps so that you don't have to try to figure out what the robot wants you to do that. They added a lot of room labels, which improves things, but as far as I'm aware, you still can't send it out to clean specific rooms using Google or Alexa. Scheduling is fairly typical. You can create schedules to run certain days at certain times in certain rooms. You still can't set cleaning preferences for scheduling, although if you set individual room preferences, that'll I assume that'll kick in. I've never tried that. So it's a good app. Like I said, I've had no issues with it. These robots, the thing I love about Dreame robots is that they just do their jobs. You set a schedule and you can forget it. Clean the hair off the brush every week, maybe, and it just works. So in conclusion, should you buy this robot? If you're looking for just a vacuum robot that's really good, really reliable, you don't need object avoidance or real mopping. You just want the best vacuum robot that you can buy. This is certainly a contender. And even though it's only $400 at the present time, I can't think of anything better as a pure robot vacuum. There are vacuums that have better, additional features, like I said, object avoidance and such, but as far as just pure performance, this is about as good as it gets. The auto empty bin is fantastic. I highly recommend this robot. For the price, it's kind of crazy. I would probably buy this over the Z10 Pro because I don't really trust laser-based object avoidance. So, fantastic robot. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you like this video. Until next time, I'm Mike, and this is Mr. Roombato.